Hi, my name is Aiman, and this is my presentation for my 6 months internship that I got to do at South Consult here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So South Consult is one of the oldest and largest privately owned companies, engineering and architectural company, and it's founded by the chairman of the board, Engineer Dr. Tariq Al Shawab. The company's complete name is South Consulting Services and Engineering Consultants. Sound Consult does a variety of work from landscaping to architecture to a lot of royal protocol work, and as well as work in oil, gas, telecommunication, treatment plants, and etc. Few of the projects that they've done are the Baha University Library, the King Fahd National Library, the AMC Outpatient Clinics, and Maudine Hotel. One of the most famous, actually, that I have seen is the King Fahd National Library here in Riyadh. It's a really top on the list destination for people to check it out because it's very uniquely and pretty, and it's also open for the public. So the projects that I was involved was a royal protocol work called the Diriyah Palace. The Diriyah over here is where it's the old area in Riyadh where you see historical buildings. So there is a palace as well that they're renovating. The palace is already made, but they're also in the project of renovation in it. I was involved in three, the huge parts in the project I was involved were in three, were the dining room renovation, the majlis, which is the sitting area, and the conference room. And for all of these, I had to make the room design on CAD, the floor plan, and then had to amend that. They had already made it, and then I had to amend it, and then the room design, the 3D, and the ceiling, and the carpet. And as well as the same for the majlis. And for the conference room was already made, but I had to make a new design for the carpet. So the Ria Palace, this project, I must say, played a very huge role in my experience. The responsibilities were like huge. I did not imagine them to be as well, but the renovation and the efforts that they've done for within the palace was amazing, and their work is really like they focused on the Roman and Islamic architecture, a combination of that. So the Ria Palace is basically where the Gulf countries over here will have their official conferences in the future when it's done renovating, and we'll have which includes Bahrain, Qatar, Riyadh, and Jeddah, and the other cities as well over here. So this is one of the rooms. This is the dining room. So the before picture is what they provided me before renovation, and they gave me dimensions in the floor plan. And then they told me to make a 3D of it. They told me what they wanted. They wanted the walls to be same, but a little bit different, have a little different design, but and the doors as well. But they wanted a whole different seating arrangement for the dining. This was my first project, so it took me a little while to get adjusted to it, but in the end, they were really happy with what it came. So this was the dining, just the dining of the room. Over here, this is the ceiling for the dining as well as the majlis. They're using the same ceiling design. And this, as like if you see before, they gave me the actual picture of the before renovated Daraya dining area. But in this, they just gave me reference pictures for from what they found in Pinterest. So this was a little bit of a challenge, and this took around 2 to 3 weeks to make because it had a lot of little details for the 3D. So I had to make it on AutoCAD first, and then I had to convert it and make it into 3D in SketchUp, and then using Enscape for rendering. But the outcome in this project, especially in the ceiling design, that was something even I really ended up really liking because it had a lot of details, but I got to learn on everything as to why certain placements of everything is supposed to be there. And so this ceiling there, they used it for the majlis and the dining. This another third project that took a little while was the carpet of the conference room. This is where all the official conferences of the Gulf countries will be held. And what was interesting in it, they wanted the carpet to reflect the ceiling. And I got to know that that's how royal protocols usually work. And so I had to make on AutoCAD. They didn't want it on 3D. I had to make it on AutoCAD that I reflect and make the same design with equal dimensions and everything on AutoCAD for the carpet. And they ended up really liking the work. So, and yeah. Another one of this is the Majlis room. The Majlis was also another big project that I had. And for this as well, they gave me like reference photos from Pinterest and not the actual place. So this also took around two and a half to two and a half weeks to make, but the outcome was really nice and it looked really nice. And this was before the picture that they showed me, but they couldn't send me because of royal protocol. Was a blue, dark blue, and yellow combination. So they wanted it to be changed into a beige color with a lot of um, Roman inspired columns and but also a little bit of Islamic architecture as well. My experience, I must say, has been amazing in the past 6 months, and the past 6 months often and what I got to learn a lot. I got to learn how to multitask, how to discipline my time, and also the space protocols of everything. And by multitasking, I mean gave me the ability to manage my work and how to execute it properly. And for discipline, as a student, we really don't. I have like don't really have specific time or discipline for when to wake up or do work. So this going to work every day gave me a discipline not only in work but also normally after work. It gave me a discipline to manage my routine properly. And as for space protocols, I had the opportunity from my supervisor to give me extra lessons. And I got to learn how not only royal places, but any place, may it be the apartment, um, a hotel, a mall, anything, everything has protocols. And for everything, you should respect every area, what the wall, the ceiling, the floor needs to reflect each other, and why you need to also keep in mind for people who have disabilities as well. So I got to know a lot. I had a better understanding of the protocols that were associated with these spaces. But the lesson I learned was to embrace creativity. I had two supervisors, and they always told me whenever I felt a little um, unsure about the work, they always told me to do it creatively, and explore and take risks. As the more risks you take, the more you never know, like if there's some work, although your supervisor might have a point to do that, if you make it a bit different, maybe they'd like that more. So take risk and continue exploring in work and design and in details, and also recognize the ideas that can be found in small, in like in even in a bigger space. There are small details that make that whole space. So always look out for them. Always um, have a keen eye on where they are, and also understand that this is one of my supervisor told me, that the world is your canvas. So understand that and approach each project with a broader mind and give all your best in your creativity. The knowledge I obtained were many, but to make it short, were the in-depth research that goes um, into like when you're making a design based on Roman or Islamic architecture and not just modern architecture. So there's a lot of protocols, a lot of things that you need to focus on when you make those. And then, as well as again for the protocols, the design protocols, you need to learn every area as to what design will look way better. And also, it gave me a comprehensive understanding of how to approach a project from the beginning. As a student, we really did not know them. So after going to work, it gave me a better understanding of it. And I didn't for problems that I might have occurred, I would say it was an amazing experience. And if there were any small mistakes that I had, my supervisor always told me to keep an eye on those and encounter the challenges that you might have overlooked in those small details as well. And as again, from my supervisor's guidance, if there were any challenges faced, he would always be kind enough to tell me as to why and I did that wrong and how it is supposed to improve and what is the reason behind what I did and what protocols I have to use it to make it more better for any project. And one of the things that I think is relating to discipline actually is the balancing priorities. So in this beginning, I did juggle a bit to uh, like to balance work, family, and friends, but these 6 months gave a really good discipline for it. So in conclusion, I would say this internship has provided me with amazing work experience and knowledge, offering me a comprehensive understanding of the 6 months training that I had. And also, while it may have seemed a bit lengthy in the beginning, but the time went while very smoothly and nice. And I got to learn a lot about how to work as a designer. I gained amazing skills and understanding and knowledge. And so I'd say that I'm really happy with how these 6 months went. And I'm very thankful for the opportunity and thankful for how my supervisors and the employees at the work were. They were amazing. And I was also given sometimes 30-minute sessions with my supervisor, which he would tell me the basis of how to approach a project from the beginning and what things you need to go from and how a client comes and how you approach them and how type of clients you may get in the future. So yeah. And so I'm very pleased with how everything went, and not only in professional terms, but also in the creation of meaningful memories. Because as I feel like made really good memories as well. And so that has been my presentation for my 6 months journey on this incredible internship.